Hey there, Mitch Ross, mitchross.ca. A few episodes ago, I did a video called Studio Guitar um, Session or Stage Guitar, or Stage Guitar, Studio Guitar. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, in that video, I showed my Washburn Memphis J8 or J8 Memphis. Again, doesn't really matter. And I showed this guitar. This guitar here is a Vantage Avenger 315. Now, that may not be the accurate model number. Vantage Avengers, there were a lot of different guitars. Usually, the model number changed according to the pickup configuration. Here's the deal. I cannot find a single coil in the neck, a humbucker in the bridge configuration in anything listed other than a 315. 315s, the very first electric guitar I had was a Vantage Avenger 315. This is not the first one that I had. I've had a few of these. The first one, though, had the humbucker here, had a single coil here, and had a coil tap switch, which I will eventually install in this guitar. This guitar cost me $40. People snickered at me when I walked out of the store with it. The action on the strings was fiendishly high. I could get a finger up here. I don't know why the bridge was set so high, but the bridge was set just ridiculously high. I assume the person had a reason. I can't figure that out, but at any rate, they probably had a reason. What I did was I lowered the bridge, lowered the action. I had to put in a new bridge screw because there was one missing. The black cap was missing off of here. I had to replace it with a white cap because nobody in Sudbury can, at least, in the month I was looking last year, could have a black cap, and I didn't feel like spending $10 in shipping for a 50-cent item. So I got a white cap. I replaced all the screws around that hold down the faceplate, the pick guard, because they were really, really grossly rusty. So I took those out, and I put a new set of strings on the guitar. So in total, so far, I've spent about $25 on it. I'm going to replace the cap with a proper cap. I'm going to get some speed knobs, which is what came standard on these guitars way back when. Probably... put the coil tap switch in like I was talking about, so I can turn the bridge pickup into into just a single coil. So altogether, it's going to cost me maybe about another $25. Did I mention I paid $40? I think I did. I've got a few guitars around here that I've only paid about $40 for that I get some pretty nice sounds out of. I seem to be lucky for that. Here's what you want to do. First and foremost is when you're buying a guitar, even a new guitar, check the neck. I saw a thing on a guitar magazine website yesterday that was showing you how to hold the neck and where to hold the neck and eyeball it down this way. That's just wrong. You see if your neck is straight by looking at it with one eye closed and try and eyeball right up the middle. Here. Okay? I apologize if this isn't the world's best camera shot, but I'm trying to show you guys something here. So you can see there should be a little bit of a curve here in and around this area of the neck, just a slight curve where the neck goes a little bit further away from the fingerboard, from the strings. That's okay. If it's coming up, that means your truss rod is too tightened too much. So you have to back off on that in order to get, something that's almost straight with just a little bit of a curve to it. I have other guitars that have a little bit more of a pronounced curve in here. They play just fine. It depends more on the guitar, depends on how you're playing the guitar, what you're doing with the guitar. To me, if a guitar's got a straight neck, I'm pretty much happy with that, because anything else can be relatively easily fixed. This, like I said, this is a studio guitar. This is what I use for my open G tuning stuff. This is what I use for slide guitar almost exclusively. The action's really low. I don't have to have the action high to play slide. I've got it set up a little bit different than people tend to set up their electric guitars these days. And what I mean by that is, with the electronics, is the neck pickup is just a little bit further back, like lower, than the bridge pickup. Back in the old days, we used to have, Les Pauls back in the 50s and somewhat in the few years they were available in the 60s. Used to have around the pickup selector switch. This is the pickup selector switch. I'll make sure people are clear about what my hand is rotating around here. In this position would say rhythm. Of course, Les Pauls are up here, but the pickup selector switch is up here usually. But it would, in the forward position, would say rhythm. Back position would say lead. Bridge pickups are supposed to be a little hotter than neck pickups for exactly that reason. You're playing chords here. You're playing single notes there, typically, right? There's always exceptions to every rule. The reason why I love rules is I love exceptions to rules. I love coming up with exceptions to rules. It's my hobby. Anyways, so I've set this up this way, and what I found with this guitar, I just got to put my slide down here, is it's very... It's very chimey in the neck pickup position. It's very gritty on the bridge. So I use it in the studio for sounds that I need that are like that. So those open G chord sounds, just turn the volume off, strum the chord. Way to make a video. Anyways, the point of this guitar is to just have something that I don't care how it looks, that it sounds good, that I can noodle around with it, I can play with the electronics, I can do pretty much whatever I want, and I don't have to cry tears in my beer because I ruined something that's a lot more expensive. But it also gives me, specific sounds. And if you've been following these videos, you know that what I'm doing at this point is I'm building a project studio for myself and for other people who wish to join me and pay to be here. But I need to collect sounds. I need to have an assortment of instruments. I need to have an assortment of sounds. That's number one. Number two, did you know that the more guitars you have, and it's not just about having them and hanging them on the wall. You got to play the bloody things, right? What each guitar makes you play a little different. Makes you think about what you're playing a little bit different. I always like thinking about what I'm playing. Yeah, a lot of stuff is just off the top of my head, but all the stuff off the top of my head comes from almost 40 years of thinking about what I'm playing. So, that's important to me anyways. It may be important to you. It may not be important to you. But, having different guitars, different sounds, different necks, different neck shapes, not such a bad thing. Anyways, that's it. Talk to you next week. Mitch Ross, mitchross.ca. That's the website. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/mitchross.ca. The numbers there are growing, as are the subscribers to this channel. So please subscribe and comment and ask questions. And I will get back to you as quickly as I can, because I don't always get those YouTube notices that you have messages there. So I do the best that I can to get back to you as quick as I can. All right. That's it. Adios.